there, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. You really have a tape of a ghost?
Yes, I do.
Do you have it to where you could play it on, like hold your phone up to the tape recorder and play it?
Yeah, I've got it set just in case you would have called, so...
All right. First, then, tell us a little bit of history about what we're going to hear. When did you get this? How'd you get it? What happened?
Well, it's been about 10 years ago, and we lived in a house. My daughter was 11 or 12 at the time, and kind of so nervous.
Just relax.
Anyway, she...
Where was this?
This was in Oroville, California.
Oroville, California, all right.
I'm living in Washington now.
All right.
And she kept telling me that she heard knocking on the wall in this house. And I said, no, I'm not going to have any ghost business, and I don't want to hear this stuff. And
yeah.
Her and her little friend were in her room, and they had one of those real small little radios, you give a kid.
Sure.
Record tapes. And her and her friend would record, a fantasy story. Well, one day they had recorded a story on the tape, and they went to play it, and there was something else on the tape before their story started. On the original tape, it actually was on the part that wasn't even magnetized. It was on that little, that little trailer that starts the tape.
You're kidding?
No. And when I heard she, excitedly brought it to me, and I played it, and I played it again, and I played it again, and then I got terrified. And a lot of things happened in that house after that. I got angry with the ghost and told it to leave us alone.
Did that work?
Well, it basically left me alone. My son was in his room and in his bed, and as his bed was being dragged across the floor.
What? What?
Yeah. And
now you're not a drinker, you're not a drug user?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm about as grounded as they come.
You saw your son's bed being dragged with him in it?
Well, he was awake, and he told me about it, and I went into his room and saw that his bed was actually 3 feet from where
it had been?
It normally was. And he had been laying in it, he had gone to bed, been laying there a couple of minutes, and the bed just started sliding across the floor.
Sandy.
I slept in a water bed, and at night, every once in a while, the water in it would just start churning like it was an egg beater inside the mattress. And it was kind of like...
Now, I sleep in a water bed, Sandy, and the last thing I want to think about is something down in the water. Oh, my God.
Churning it, yeah. But it was like he just played these little jokes, little things like an exercise bike and just start spinning the wheels, or
humorous.
Would knock on the walls every once in a while.
Yeah.
And one day I was looking in a cupboard and it knocked out, that shave and a haircut.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't knock back, and so it knocked back real hard. That last little that. It just slammed it into the wall.
I experienced that once here, several months ago in the studio, Sandy. I'm telling you the truth now. All of a sudden, there was a crash on my door. I mean, I've got a studio inside my home, and there's nobody here. There's some cats, right? And they were all asleep on the bed with my wife, and... of course, I didn't know that at the time, but I mean, it's like in the movies where you see that horrible crash and a door bends inward. I'm not saying it bent inward. It didn't. But, I mean, I thought, my God, 200 pounds just hit that door. It was a big crash. And I ran over and opened the door, and there was absolutely nothing there. Ran across the house into the bedroom. My wife was asleep with all 3 cats sitting right there. So I know about these horrible knocks and bangs.
Same ghost, maybe.
Scared the you-know-what out of me.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you play this for us?
Okay, it sounds really deep, and the first few times I heard it, I had to listen several times before I really realized what he was saying. But I'm going to play
you mean there's a voice?
It's a voice.
All right.
He left this voice message on the tape.
All right. Play it. Just play it first, without telling us.
Okay, here goes.
Let's see what we've got here.
Diana,
goodness. All right, now rewind it. And this time, tell me what you think. Now, you've listened many times. We have not. What do you think it says?
You want me to tell you first?
Yeah, go ahead and tell us now.
He says, I wish we were together.
Oh, all right, play it again. Oh, God, that is what it says. This is like listening to David Oates in reverse speech, you know. You don't...
I know, maybe you could reverse it.
It's exactly...
No, it really sounds strange.
Oh,
you know,
Sandy.
It's got that clicking noise in the back.
Oh, Sandy. Rewind it one last time. There is no question about it. It says, I wish we were together. So, do you have any idea of who that is, Sandy?
Absolutely not. But we did find out after, you know, the house was kind of active, and my daughter went and she had a little friend there in the neighborhood, and her mother said that there was a murder and a suicide in that house. And it had happened there was 2 bathrooms, and it had happened in one of the bathrooms. Well, I had always never felt alone in that one bathroom. I never used it because I always felt something else there.
I hear you. Now that is creepy. That is really creepy.
Isn't it? It just makes the hair stand up, you know. I'm used to it now, but it used to just make my hair stand up.
Well, I'm not. So play it one last time. Hit it one last time. I want to listen very carefully.
Here's everything that's happened since I brought cursed dolls into my house. Spoiler, it gets pretty creepy. We went home for the holidays, so we were not here to experience anything for a few days, but when we came back, my friend Kalani came over and we tried to communicate with the dolls and get their name. They screamed at us. Other than that, it was relatively quiet, and we sort of debunked their mouths opening and closing because they do have loose jaws. We wanted to make sure we weren't getting excited about false positives. We kept them in the hallway away from the other haunted objects just to make sure we were only focusing on them. My cat Widow tends to want to spend a lot of time staring down the hallway at them, but she does not go directly near them. We still don't know their name, unfortunately. They were not willing to communicate in that way, or they didn't have the energy to do that. Personally, I haven't experienced any bad luck. I have been super respectful. They do need time to settle in. 2 days ago, I noticed the closet doorway in the hallway was open, and it's one where you have to actually turn the knobs. I know that my 6-pound cat didn't open this door. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera set up yet. I'm alone at this point. I texted Josh, who is away for work, and asked if he had done something recently to the closet that would have made the door not completely shut. After reshutting it, I was like, we need to get the camera on the dolls, just in case something like that were to happen again. It's been quiet for almost 24 hours until this happened. I got a notification that a person was detected. As you can see, there's no people in the footage. The only thing that happens is the top doll's mouth is closed. The light flickers, which if I walked by, I would get a notification that a person was by. I was by myself in another room with the lights on. The light flickers, and when it turns back on, his mouth is open. I'm by myself, so we can say that maybe this was an electrical thing and a coincidence, but I'm still a little bit nervous. Here's how I found out the doll's mouth opened when the lights turned off and why I didn't fake it. No hate to this person. I expected these comments, and you absolutely should be questioning paranormal content that you're consuming on social media. I've been posting for about 4 years, and if I were gonna fake something, I probably would have started a long time ago, but I'll go through the process of how I can try and explain what happened to you. I was in my bedroom when this happened. I did not realize the hallway light had turned off because I was in my bedroom reading and the light in there had stayed on. So the only light that shorted was the one that the dolls were by. The light switch by the dolls is to the right of them, and in order to reach it, I would have to walk past the camera and trigger it. I got a notification that a person was seen, and that's why I even reviewed the footage in the first place. When I checked the live feed, the mouth was open, and I reviewed what happened. There is about 2 minutes of static footage before the event happens, so it's just recording the dolls. One thing you need to know about me is I'm not good at editing. I am not a video editor. I don't know how to use any sort of programs. The best way that someone could have faked this from my perspective is to cut 2 clips together where they turn the light off and then open the mouth and then turn the light back on. I think you would see subtle changes in the doll's positions, which there aren't. They're in the exact same position except his mouth is open. And the other thing is you would see me in the reflection as I flick the light switch, which is why I walked out here to prove this. It's going to detect a motion. I'm going to turn on the light. So if I'm here at the distance of turning on the light, can you see me? I personally wanted to show you that the mouth didn't fall at a separate time and then the light happened later and then I just cut footage together. And what I did was zoom in on the mouth and replay the footage up close, and you can actually see as the light is turning on that the mouth is falling open. All of that being said, that doesn't mean any of this is paranormal. It could literally be some sort of shorting due to the heating or anything else. So we're just gonna take it at face value. I wanted to share it because it was notable, but at the same time, we're gonna stay rational and just note it.
The gate to the morgue was open, so I went down it.
It's open.
I'm not putting any music over this because I want you guys to hear the sounds that I could hear. And I'm going to keep the voiceover to a minimum even. So yeah, I walked down there and I decided to go through the gate.
Oh my God. Fuck it. There's another gate there. Oh, fuck it.
And I got spooked and I ran away. I'm just being honest with you. When I got to the end, I heard some weird noises and then I could hear tapping and it wasn't for me.
I tried. My spirit was like, immediately no. That was progress though, because now I know there's 2 doors with locks. The plot thickens.
Being born and raised in the Appalachian Mountains, I've experienced a lot of unexplainable things, and I'm not the only one. Today I'm going to be sharing a story with you that a follower sent to my email. I moved to Pennsylvania right after turning 15. Before that, I lived on the West Coast, so I had no knowledge of what happened in the Appalachian Mountains. Nothing about those rules like closing your curtains at night or not responding to your name being called when nobody's around. In our house, we had a crawl space on the 2nd floor. I had claimed the bedroom with the door to the crawl space. And once summer started next year, I started hearing scratching coming from inside of the crawl space. I thought it was a squirrel, but my dad couldn't find anything inside. The scratching continued, but I ignored it. At some point, I thought I could hear my name being called from behind the door. Now, my parents were very religious. I was taught that if I heard my name being called, it was the Holy Ghost trying to tell me something or trying to comfort me. I said a silent prayer to myself when I heard my name being called in that house. I think I had really just got lucky and I had moved out of that bedroom and into a different bedroom without the crawl space after my sister had left for college and I got to move into her room. I had another experience in that house soon after I turned 18. I was packing up my bags, getting ready to move away from college, and I had a lot of anxiety because of that. Something that helped me was getting fresh air. It was already nighttime, but I stepped out on the back porch to get some fresh air. The moon was really bright that night and I could see most of the yard very well. It was a large yard, roughly 6 acres, with a creek and a wooded area to one side, a hill and a wooded area on the opposite side of the creek, and behind a small pond in the back of the yard was the road. I knew this area had animals that were out and about, especially late at night, so I took a look around to see if I could spot a fox or a deer. At the road, I could see what looked like 2 glowing eyes attached to some figure. It looked like a deer, but it was staring at me, and the porch light was on, so it was very clearly lit. I thought it was kind of cool until it started getting closer. The yard was massive, and there was a rough 3 to 4 acres of land between the road and the house. This thing was moving fast and moving very intently. It got over the guardrail and was making a straight line towards me. Even with the moonlight, I couldn't really make out what it was, but at that moment, I thought it was like a wolf or something. I ran inside, locked the doors, turned out the light, and ran into my bedroom. I spent the rest of the night underneath my blankets and muttering prayers to myself. In the morning, I told my dad about the animal I had saw outside last night, and he had only found some scratches on the wood on the porch.
Update. There has been some weird shit going on out here where we moved to in this like super interesting place. Okay, first of all, I mean, I shouldn't even get into that. I just want to show you the rocks real quick, but I'll tell you the rest later if you want. So this heavy rock right here is usually, this is Rex on it, usually like that. It's heavy, it's big. It's my cat laughing. Then I come around and notice this one's moved too, but then I take a closer look. My name's Anna. I did not paint these rocks, and they've been here forever. I just moved here. It's normally, I can't even move this one, it's so heavy. It's normally up like this against the tree, and it says Anna on it. It started out with something on my roof, and I called my mom, and she told me to call 911 because it almost fell through the roof. Then whatever jumped off the roof and left this right here. This right here was what first led me to start checking things out. It's 17 inches big. It's pretty wide. There's more around the property too. I found all of this hair in all kinds of pieces. It's not cat hair. It's really thick. And yeah. So I don't know what's going on in my neck of the woods, but if you have any ideas, let me know. I don't know. Is it our friendly neighbor Sasquatch? And is he cool, by the way? Do you know if he likes people and kids? And will he eat the cats? Because it doesn't seem like it. He doesn't want my apples either. So he took my chicken egg. Well, that's creepy as fuck. Update. There has been some weird shit. I went back and looked, and right where she said there is somebody standing behind me, and it looks like a kid, but it disappears really, really quick. It started out with something on my roof, and I called my mom, and she told me to call 911 because it almost fell through. I have a weird story about when we first moved out here, and I thought my son was up, and nobody was out there.
Guys, sa tingin mo ba nakakakita ng mga spirits ang mga pusa natin? Kaya ako natatanong kasi just this week, namatay po yung caretaker ng building namin. And during that night, napansin ko sobrang aligaga ng mga pusa ko. Familiar po ang mga cats ko kay kuya kasi madalas pag wala ako dito sa bahay, like nagbakasyon ako or hindi ako makauwi, iniiwan ko sa kanya yung mga cats at saka siya yung nagpapakain or nagbabantay sa kanila. Nakikita din si kuya ng mga cats ko tuwing may inaayos dito sa loob ng unit. Kaya familiar na yung mga cats ko sa kanya. So that night nga, nung namatay si kuya, sobrang restless nila, takbo sila ng takbo, tapos pumupunta sila sa bintana at dumudungaw. Around 11 PM na yon, sobrang nainis na ako kasi sobrang gulo-gulo talaga nila, takbo sila ng takbo. Binigyan ko na sila ng catnip para makapag-relax. Kaso lang, after an hour, bumalik na naman. Kaya inis na inis talaga ako. Halos hindi ako nakatulog that night. I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not really religious. So, may distinction po kasi yun para sa akin. Naniniwala ako sa spirits. Of course, God is a spirit, so I believe in spirits. Hindi ako natatakot na pag-usapan yung mga spirits or yung mga patay kasi I feel mas nakakatakot nga yung mga tao kasi yung mga tao ay capable of hurting you physically and emotionally, char. And cats, as a very sensitive creatures, napaka-heightened po ng senses nila. Nakaka-amaze po na there are things na nararamdaman at nakikita nila na hindi po natin nakikita and nararamdaman. Kaya may nabasa ako that there is a hypothesis na cats can detect or can sense death kasi naaamoy nila yung pheromones ng tao. So, there is really nothing spiritual about dyan. In fact, may scientific explanation. Pero again, it's just a hypothesis. Hindi po natin siya ma-confirm. But, what I can say is, nakakasense ng energies and nadidetect ng pusa ang mga vibrations. Kaya, parang nafe-feel nila yung changes ng weather, parang alam nila kung uulan, yung mga ganon, at saka nakakasense sila ng mga masasamang tao. So, pero pagdating sa mga spirits, I don't know. Ano sa tingin nyo?
Okay, so you should know by now, I am going to use the AI Magna filter in this creepy ass store. Scooter is going to come with me on my journey. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're going back to one of the scariest places that I hate to go, and it's our back room. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let me flip the camera. We're going to walk, and then we'll kind of do it like, yeah, just hold on. All right, camera's flipped. Let's walk. I am going to pause it once we get around the corner here, because I think Connie is mopping and I don't want to catch her in it. Let's see. No, she's good. Okay, let's do it right here, because this is where you said you felt a cold spot earlier. So let's see. It looks like someone's like kind of peeking around. Okay, that's gross. Hold on.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Okay, let's down here. Okay, there's nothing down this aisle. Let's see. Can you see? Nope.
Don't like that. No. Little
Okay,
child.
let's go. Let's go down this one. Let's see. There's a should I turn around and face this way? Yeah.
I think, we should go.
Because that ladder might. Let's turn.
The ladder is probably going to be like, I'm a person for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this way. Let's see right here. Okay. Let's see. Ooh.
No, thank you.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't like that.
Let's go to the back room now. Okay, this is a creepy.
Do you want to, like, open it up?
Let's see. We'll just kind of
Slide in.
like this. I hate this room. Let's go into this creepy dark right
It
here.
is the worst room in here.
I hate it. It's so cold back here. Oh, there's someone sitting right there.
No. I quit.
That was terrible. She's literally walking out. I'm recording you walking away. Let's do it back here. I gotta do it back here.
We're doing it back here?
Where the door slammed.
Where the door slammed? Oh, where the door slammed.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm not ready.
I'm not, but
You wanna go first? Okay.
want me to?
Okay. Oh shit.
No.
Okay. Come on. There's no one in here.
That's terrible.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing the filter thing.
No.
Look, there's someone like
Oh my.
that.
Right at your fucking face. No. Get
There's
the hell out of
literally nobody.
here.
Okay,
We're done.
we're done. Connie. Okay, we're done. Connie's like, you guys knocked that shit off. She yelled at us the last time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hold on. All right. Till next time, we're just gonna wrap this up and. Okay, guys. Good night.